I've talked with Victor. We've done episodes with him in the past, and we've talked about some of his background from a training standpoint. I'm curious with your guys' relationship. When did you guys first meet?
Actually, it's a funny story because Victor and I are from the same town in France, Paris, Nanterre. So first meet, we met randomly. I think I was 12 or something. We met randomly at a playground in our city, and we just played as kids that are gonna go play playground basketball.
It's very interesting that even being from the same country is one thing, but the same town
is. And we really met randomly, like as kids that just wanted to play basketball.
Welcome back to a special episode of The Young Man and the Three. Today's guest is one of the most exciting young players in the WNBA, Dominique Malonga, high-flying, forward, center, do everything, rookie extraordinaire for the Seattle Storm. Just wrapped up her first really successful season up there in Seattle with a great playoff run. We get into all things Storm, her really fascinating background growing up outside of Paris, everything going on in the W Finals right now, and a lot more. Today's episode of The Young Man and the Three is brought to you in partnership with Quest Nutrition. Succumb to great tasting snacks packed with protein. Quest, big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. Let's get into today's show. Dom, so I wanted to start, we have a lot to get into with your incredible first season. We were just talking about your background stuff, Olympics, everything like that. But before that, I wanted to get your thoughts on the playoffs overall and the finals so far.
We had an amazing series against Vegas, against great player Asia Wilson. That was a great matchup. Us going into the playoff, it was more about, it was a new season, new start for us. We had a tough regular season, so we wanted to show that we still able to play great basketball, and I think that's what we did. We had 3 great games, short losses. And so, yeah, overall, it was just a great experience for me for my first playoff basketball in the WNBA, my first games of playoff. I just think I gave 100% of what I had at the time. And I'm really happy to have been able to contribute and to help my team to reach that result. Even if the win wasn't there, I think the basketball was there. I think we played a great basketball, and I'm really proud of what we did for our first series.
What do you think you've learned from Asia Wilson in particular, just on a basketball sense, from a footwork standpoint?
She's a great player. I mean, she can do everything. So it's about preparation when you go against a player like this, how you prepare your scout, how you know what she want to do, but she will do it anyway. So it's about blocking her as much as you can, trying to make her pass the ball more than score. So that was the game plan. I try to stick to it. But at the end of the day, yeah, she's the player that she are. So we cannot handle her to 0 point for sure. She would score. And that's what she did. But I think overall, yeah, it was really about preparation. Like, she really taught me how to be ready for an opponent when we know that. I mean, when I know that I will go against the best player on the court, I really have to be prepared. And that's what I try to be as much as I could in the series.
Did you notice a difference for yourself between the regular season and the playoffs in terms of the physicalness?
Yeah, definitely. I remember first game in Vegas, we got actually blown out, and yeah, they were just way more physical. The block was harder, the game was faster, and even if I still said that WNBA is a little bit more physical or the pace is a little bit faster than in Europe, it increased again during the playoff. I was really surprised, but at the end of the day, it was just about adaptation. And for the next game, I was ready. I was ready for it. I know what I was expecting. So the next game slowed down a little bit more for me, and I was more comfortable during the second game.
How about on the mental side, from an adjustment standpoint? It's interesting what you just said about Asia, where you know what's coming and she's still able to do it. I mean, this is a team that's won a bunch of championships, so you're facing a team that's been there before. But on the mental side of things.
Yeah, of course. I think there's for sure a mental game, a mental preparation around all of that. But I think that's more individual. That for me personally, I think I'll always be really ready mentally in every situation that I faced. And yeah, here it was kind of the same, having the same routine. Don't change anything. What we said for the playoff was everything that you did, that works during the season, just keep it like this. So that's really what I try to do. And yeah, but for sure there's a mental game because we're talking about physicality, but physicality is also it's also mental. It's about dominate the opponent, and so trying to win this mental game. So I would say the mental preparation is so important, and I figured it out towards the second game because again, the first game they totally win this battle. We couldn't react, we couldn't make the adjustment during the game and everything, and so yeah, we were way more ready and locking mentally for towards the end of the series.
I wanted to go back a little bit to some of your upbringing. When you were growing up, when did you first start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball right around the age of 5 years old. I grew up in a basketball family. Both of my parents played. I have 3 siblings. We all played, so we kind of grew up around that. My mom was playing, so I was just born around the court. She was bringing me at practice whenever she could. So yeah, I really grew up around basketball.
Where are you in your family in terms of the ages? In terms of are you the oldest? Are you the middle in terms of your siblings?
I'm the second child. I have one big sister.
Does everybody play?
Yeah, everybody play. Right now, my big sister stopped to play, but she was playing. She used to play, and my 2 little brothers are still playing. I have one actually. He's in the States. He's in high school in Maryland State.
Oh, amazing! And when did you grow?
I feel like I've been tall my whole life. I always been since first grade. I always been the tallest kid in the class, taller than my teacher, really fast. So yeah, I would say I really grew up really fast.
On a basketball level, when you were younger, when you were coming up, were you practicing, shooting? Were you doing ball handling drills? Because usually, when you're the tallest one out there, it's kind of easy. It's sort of simple to just stand by the basket. So in terms of like crafting your whole game, on a well-roundedness level, were you doing anything in particular to sort of work on the other things besides just the interior inside play?
I would say the specific workout shooting wise, ball handling came really later in my development. When I really started practice to become a pro, like really when that was my goal, I would say that I focused a lot on my physical. I focused a lot on my physical for years because I was really tall, but I was really thin. So I had to protect my knees, my back, and everything. So for years, I really focused on that. And then on that, and then I was working on post moves and everything really close to the basket. And then I would say towards the years of 14, 15, I really tried to keep developing my skill because I was really versatile. I was told that I could move, I could go faster than the other post players. So it was about extending the game a little bit and go towards the outside game.
Which players were you like a fan of growing up watching?
I really grew up watching Kevin Durant because physically he was actually what I was relating. I could relate, and so I really grew up watching him. And in the girls' side, I grew up watching Breanna Stewart. I love her game, and that's really what I was mimicking a little bit.
So did that with those two in particular? It's funny because they've been compared to each other at various points. Did that make you want to develop the shooting a little bit more in terms of just how you would sort of approach your game?
Yeah, definitely, because I knew that adding the 3-point to my game will be really efficient and will just stretch the floor so much. Because I know that I'm a real as them, they're really threat inside because of the size and how versatile they are. So adding the 3 to that is just really helpful on the court. And just what do you want to guard? Do you want to guard the 3? Do you want to guard the paint? So that's kind of what I want to do.
It's interesting. I mentioned before, I've talked with Victor. We've done episodes with him in the past, and we've talked about some of his background from a training standpoint. I'm curious with your guys' relationship. When did you guys first meet?
Actually, it's a funny story because Victor and I are from the same town in France, Paris, Nanterre. So first meet, we met randomly. I think I was 12 or something. We met randomly at a playground in our city. And we just played as kids that are gonna go play playground basketball. So that's actually how we first met. And then after, we cross each other in all the tournament that the city will organize, or like when we were representing our region to all the leader tournament, we will both represent the 92 department. So we'll play not together, but I will play with the girls and he will play with the boys, but the same team. So I saw him a lot of time, and he played for Asvel too for a year. So we also saw each other there. So we kind of was around the same areas a lot back in France.
Is it amazing to you at all that you guys are from the same town in France, of all the places in the world? When you think about how unique you guys both are on a skill level for anyone in the world, that you're from the same town?
Yeah, it's actually a crazy story when I think about it.
It's funny. It just is. It's very interesting that even being from the same country is one thing, but the same town.
Yeah, and we really met randomly, like as kids that just want to play basketball.
What did you notice about the physicality of both FIBA and then playing in Europe before you got to the States in terms of preparation for everything that's come since then?
Basketball is physical in general, but when you get to those stage like FIBA basketball, the Olympics, EuroLeague, huge EuroLeague game, you just notice that physicality is even more important because I'm talking about the post player at least. You just want your opponent to feel that you're here. So you're going to be physical, but sometimes even for no reason, you'll just give a bump here, or like, every movement going to be hard to do. You're not going to go set your screen easy. Anything going to be easy. So that's really the huge difference, I will say, between FIBA basketball, WNBA, and, for example, National League, French National League that I know. It's really that you want to like make sure that your opponent know that you're here and nothing going to be easy.
Before you came to the States, with some of your Euro experiences on a fundamental level, in terms of even just sets and running offense and the crispness of passing and plays and everything like that, that it gave you a little bit of an advantage because it's so disciplined, it's so fundamental.
I won't say advantage, but I would just say that all the experiences that I had, so playing FIBA level, playing in France against pro at such a young age, I would just say that I just developed my knowing of the game, my basketball IQ. It really developed it, and so I think I was a little bit ready to come to the league because I just played against pro. I played against WNBA player. I play against them some 15 in the national team. I play with my fellow national team teammates that play the W and against a lot of them. So it's just that, I've been in so many huge basketball games, elite basketball plays that just helped me to really develop this basketball IQ, and that helped me to know the game. And when I got to the league, I just feel like I really know it, and I really knowing the game, and I was able to catch up really fast everything because there were not a lot of things that were new to me basketball wise.
I'm curious. So I went to the Olympics. Last summer, and I watched men's and women. I watched a lot of the different sports, but I watched the men's and women's, both the going to semis and the finals, and they were great games. But I'm also just the crowd, the fans were unbelievable to a point where America has the Olympics in 2028, and I personally don't think it's going to be as good. Like, I just don't think the fans are going to. What do you think it is about the French fans in general? Obviously, this has been the case with soccer over the years and with some other sports, but with basketball and the growth of that particular sport in the country from a fandom standpoint.
I would say that we have amazing crowds for sure. They're really passionate and they just love supporting their home. That's just what I noticed during the Olympics, is that they were really loving what they were seeing. And I'm talking about the Olympics, and not only basketball, but like any sport that took place during that time was all the gym was sold out. They were cheering for from basketball to beach volley. It was the same passion in the stands. So it was amazing to experience that. You step on the basketball court and you have a whole team that's singing the national anthem with you. It was really an amazing experience, and it was so loving to see the French people, actually, all the French people just linked together for one purpose, winning, and it was really beautiful to see.
Hear that? That's the voice of temptation, and Quest Nutrition makes it so worth giving in. I've been succumbing to their protein bars during our long recording sessions, and they taste like pure indulgence. I'm obsessed with their chocolate chip cookie dough protein bars, obsessed. They're my go-to during our marathon recording sessions. And don't even get me started on the protein chips. The cheesy flavor is irresistible. I literally have to hide them from myself and from Richie, who tries to steal them in the studio, or they'll disappear in one setting. Quest has this whole lineup of forbidden flavors that make giving in feel so good. Those rich, chocolatey protein bars, those irresistibly crunchy chips, these velvety smooth protein milkshakes, and here's the plot twist. They're all packed with protein. Quest, big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. It's basically cheating. Shop Quest on Amazon at amazon.com/Quest Nutrition. What was your draft night like?
My draft night was an amazing night. All my family was there, and that's so important for me because I left my home since I was 13, so it's not often that we're all together for that much time. So my whole family was there. I was really, really happy. It was really emotional also because, I know I was going to be drafted pretty high, but still, when it happened, when they call your name, you go on the stage, you deliver your little speech, like everything is just like becoming so real. And so you're just feeling all the emotions, and at the same time, it's about all the work that you did to be here and everything. Like, so it was really emotional. And yeah, when I got drafted, especially to Seattle, I was really happy because my teammate from national team, Gabby, was there. So it would be easier. And we know how Seattle Storm is a great, great organization. So I was just happy to have the chance to be part of this. And I had the Zoom call with them also before, and I was just loving the staff and everything. So I was just really excited to go in Seattle and to be part of this great legacy that they have here.
Did you know before the draft that it was going to be a Seattle, or did you have any questions about where you were going to end up?
I wasn't 100% sure, but I would say 80%.
Did you have a moment in the first month or two, like a welcome to the league moment from where you started to understand how great the players are night in and night out?
I would say for me, my first welcome to the league moment was first game against Phoenix. We got blown up. I think we lost by 20 points or something, and I matched up against Alyssa Thomas. So for a first game, I think we cannot do better. How physical she was. First bam of the game, I think I just flied all the way to the end of the court. So yeah, she was just having a great game again, really physical. So that's my first WNBA moment for me, but like it wasn't really noticeable. Like nothing really happened to me or whatever. So when somebody asked me the question, I say it was a Connecticut game. I got pretty hurt during that game. I had a finger in my eyes, it was really bloody and everything. And then I just rolled my ankle 5 minutes later. So in like 5 minutes, I just was on the floor for 10 minutes. So it was kind of funny.
It feels like people are always getting hurt against Connecticut.
This year, I don't want to say anything. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it happened to me against Connecticut too. So yeah.
I was going to ask you about Alyssa and Satou in particular with the finals going on right now. They're both so unique, and Satou can sort of do everything, but just like what those two on a physical level present as a challenge if you're in a series against them, knowing how physical they are, how gifted they are, how you would sort of approach them differently than maybe you would another team.
Yes, it's about knowing what they can do. Satou, she's really physical. Like she has a post size, but she plays like a guard. She's can really, really shoot the three. She can pretty do everything. So it's just limited what she can do. That she's really comfortable with her left hand. So routing her towards her right hand, not letting her too much space to be too comfortable with shooting the ball. And 80. she can do everything. Like, we cannot say that we want her to pass the ball because she did that very, very well. So yeah, it's more about, again, what do we want her to do? We know that she can do everything, but what do we want her to do more? And I think sometimes when she scores more than she passes the ball, Phoenixes are less good. When she has less than 10 assists, they don't have a good record. So trying to make her keep more the ball in her hands and playing more for her than for her teammates, I would say.
How much were you watching before you got to the league and when you were overseas? How much were you watching film?
We were watching film a lot in France, and especially I had the coach that loved film and feedbacks and statistics and everything. So I think I watch film a lot, and it was about defensive scouting, offensive scouting, feedbacks, cleanups, and everything. So I was kind of used to it when I came here. Like, nothing was new to me, and especially here when we don't practice a lot, we really have to focus on film, watch film by ourselves, understand the game on the video. So I think that my last year in Lyon with Johan really helped me to be able to understand the film more. And yeah, it's kind of a practice watching film. So it always has been important for me.
Defensively, what do you think your biggest maybe challenge or like shock was coming over here on like a night to night basis?
I would say deal with the physicality, of course, play of game. So another mentality, and not only deal with it, but being able to give some bumps too. That also has been my challenge all year. I know that I'm a post that I will be underweight, and so sometimes I can get bumped, and I really tried this year to work on the lift from every day to compensate that lack of weight, I would say. And being able to have more core and everything to really be able to give them to me too. And I think that was good toward the end of the year. I really improved on that. So that part, and also being able to express also my game against this physicality, give some answers and some solutions to the offense also, because I know that I'm a really good finisher. So yeah, being able to be on my spots and finding my little touches that always help the team when I'm on the court.
Who have you enjoyed playing against? Like, who? Maybe it's Breanna. Like, were there people that you want to win, obviously, but they're fun to play against because they're people who their games are so great that you're just kind of happy to be on the court with?
I would say Asia, because she's just really great, and so it's just so challenging when she just scored on you and you want to stop her next time, and she keeps scoring on you, and you're like, I was never sad or mad after the games. I was just like, I can't wait to go against her again, because she's great, and she gives you the motivation to come back and to be better on the defensive side. So yeah, I would say Asia.
You mentioned Gabby. I'm curious, both with her and then, you have a lot of great teammates on this particular team, a lot of vets who've seen a lot. Yeah. What have you learned from some of this group in terms of just the, how to kind of win in the league, but then also just kind of maintain your personal physical wellness throughout the course of the season, knowing all the wear and tear that you get?
As I said, I had amazing vets this year, so I kind of learned from all of them. Watching Neka, Skylar, the routine that they have, it was just impressive how year, I don't know, 12 or 13, I don't remember, they have the same routine. They are so locked in every time, at the gym at the same time, leaving the gym at the same time, always doing the extra work. That was really inspiring. Because I think that if you want to have longevity in that league, you have to have that type of routine. So I really learned a lot just watching her, and then talking to them, telling me about their experiences in the league, how they leave that final, that whatever, everything that happened in that league, because everything is so new also. Even if I play professional basketball overseas, everything is so new in the W because it's just different here. And so, yeah, I had so many moments where I was able to talk to them, and on or off the court, when they could just share the experiences. And yeah, Gabby just helped me since day one. I mean, she was speaking French first, so it was way easier. And then she just made things so easy for me when I got there. I got also there 1 week later after training camp. So she just helped me to catch up everything real quick. She was always in the back of my ear, repeating things and everything. So everybody was just so helpful. And that's also why I also enjoyed so much this year in Seattle, because I just met really amazing human beings that just helped me to grow this year.
Feels like it was a particularly gifted, good rookie class. Paige was setting a lot of records in Dallas. Obviously, Sonia had a great season in DC, but there was a bunch of you guys that, had these great runs. Do you feel like, it just happened, so it's hard to say for sure, but do you feel like there's a bond a little bit with this rookie class, even though you guys are all in different places, about coming into the league at this particular time, when everything is growing and changing so fast?
I would say that this is a great rookie class for sure. I remember when we were at draft weekend, everybody was getting along easily and everything. So from that time, there were a little bit of a bound for sure. And then after, everybody is just doing her own thing in her own franchise, so we don't talk every day or whatever. But there's always respect on the court when we just see each other, and after any game, we just go and just high five each other. So I think that's a good draft class with just great people. Also, all the people that I met from that draft class are really nice person and hard workers and everything. So I'm pretty sure that this draft class is going to be a really good one towards the years.
There's obviously a lot going on with the league right now in general. Like I was mentioning, it's expanding so fast. There's been the stuff from last week with fee, but the league is in a great place in so many ways, financially and all these different things. How are you able to kind of juggle your personal goals, knowing you just got here and you're kind of figuring, and you honestly just got to the US, so you're just figuring out your life, with the goals of the league overall, knowing that you're in a different position than somebody like Nneka who's been through it?
To be honest, it's really easy because I know that things are going on, but I don't know exactly what's going on. And I don't try to involve myself too much, especially this year was my rookie year. So I didn't feel like I had a lot to do about the situation. Nick is the president of the players union. So of course I was aware of a lot of things happening. But at the end of the day, I'm on a rookie contract, and despite the new CBA, I'm gonna stay in the last CBA because of my rookie contract. So there is so many things that I can't control, and that's not gonna involve me right away. So I just didn't pay too much attention of all what's going on this year, and I was really focused on myself, my basketball, my growth on the court, and yeah. So I'm aware of everything that's happening, and I know that the league is growing with the expansion teams and everything. But I don't really know what that means for me, And I think I will figure out later.
What were some of your favorite cities in the U.S. to visit, sort of off the court?
I love Washington D.C. But I visited before, even coming to the league, and I always loved the city. And so yeah, I would say Washington D.C.
Like, how often had you been here before draft night? How many times had you just visited?
I've been 2 times because, as I told you at the beginning, my little brother is going to high school in Maryland, so around this area. So we spent 2 Christmases there. It was really nice moment, great time. So since then, I really love it. And I think just Washington D.C. reminds me a little bit of Europe with the other monuments, historical part, and everything. It's not too crowded, so yeah, I really love the city.
Yeah, I think it's set up not the architecture. The city setup is set up like Paris with the monuments and like the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, kind of in a European city. So maybe, and that's also why I love Seattle, because again, here too, it's not too American, I would say.
Seattle, I feel like Seattle's interesting because it feels like it's removed from every other city. They just kind of have their own way of doing things.
I agree with that, definitely. So that's why I feel so good here. You have downtown, but you can go to the lake, you can go to mountains, you can go to the countryside and everything. It's just, a lot of nature and everything. So good food, great food in Seattle. So yeah.
Did you feel like by the end of the playoffs, you started to get into a good sort of personal routine and a personal rhythm in terms of, you just had a lot of stuff thrown at you in a short amount of time, in terms of managing all of that mentally?
Yeah, I think I found a little routine here. First of all, my basketball routine was kind of on point when I got here, so it wasn't too hard to find it. But here, I just add a lot more of weight room, but my PD and everything was already kind of good. So that was helpful. And then just in general in life, I don't do much, so I was going to the gym and coming home. I don't need much. I need my apartment, and that's it. That's it. So yeah, I think towards the end, like I can say that I'm settled here, and like I'm ready to come back. Like everything is already set. I know the city. I know my good spots. I know where I want to go when I want to chill. I know all of that. So yeah, I think I really found a great routine here.
Do you have particular points of your game that you would look at this offseason and be like, this is what I want to, try to push on to make the biggest jump in?
I would say that I want to work on being able to keep more of the ball in my hand, doing more things with the ball in my hand. So initiate more stuff, I would say. Here we see that the post player are able to bring the ball up to initiate the offense, and I think that's something that I can really do. So I wanna work on that and keep working on my threes. I know that I can shoot the ball. That's something that I can do for sure, and I want to be really, really efficient on that and be a real threat behind the try line. So that's the two things that I'm thinking about.
It's funny you just say this because this is what Victor did this summer. And I think all the NBA people are scared of it because I don't think he's going to play point guard, but he was ball handling all summer, and it becomes a thing where if you have a handle, it becomes very hard to defend with all the other things you do already. It becomes a very tricky matchup, I think, for anybody. And so those are kind of like scary words, I think, for everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah, and we know we see it with AT. She's the point guard of Phoenix right now when she plays. So that it's just a threat, and a big threat when your post player is able to run the offense.
Well, Dom, I really appreciate you popping on and gracing us with some of this after your first year. Hopefully, next season we'll get to hear some more of the excitement from you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Of course. We'll see you soon.